JP. A lot of people have been talking about Ken Luke. Ken is so cheap. Luke is so cheap. But I feel like nobody wants to talk about this man right here. I was already talking about Ken and Luke before people started complaining about Ken and Luke in my other two videos. But JP is a character that I think all of y'all need to really hammer home, like this character's cheap. Because if we keep talking about Ken and Luke all day, y'all gonna forget about this stupid old man with a fucking cane. This character is so fucking annoying, I swear to fucking God. I never put music in my videos often. However, I think there's a special occasion for a character like this because he is literally the only character that... He probably is one of the only few characters that applies with this. Yeah. Super Smash Brothers Melee. This character might as well be the Marth of the game. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Because he's got sword normals. He literally has sword normals in Street Fighter. I don't know what the fuck is this. Billy Kane wishes he had this shit. All of his punch normals on the ground are disjointed. All his mediums, all his heavies. It's insane to me that it's disjointed. Keep in mind, a lot of characters have disjointed sweeps. Like it's universal. But this character is insane, bro, with the amount of disjoints because of his fucking weapon. Especially with this shit, bro. Look. Look at this shit. He got a really strong air-to-air that's also a really good grounded poke, if you want to call it that, in jump medium punch. He's got so many fucking limbs that are so dumb. How you gonna play footsies against this? So let me pull up Ken real quick, and we'll explain why I think this shit is dumb. Because he hits my body like that, but if I'm far away, that happens. You see that? He's hitting air. No hurt box. He has to walk into me to whiff punish me. He can't hit the cane. He has to hit me. Which means what will happen is he'll get counter poked, or worse, he'll get crush countered. I like to call it crush counter because, you know, Street Fighter 5, but he'll get whiff punished. And to mix. And keep in mind, he don't gotta do stand fierce. he could do crouching strong, which is 1000% what every JP player wants to do within the mid-range, because this is also disjointed. Not as disjointed, but it's still disjointed, as you can see. It's probably his least disjointed button. As you can see, he can still get hit because I'm crouching. However, this button is super disjointed, so it doesn't matter. Look at that. Look at that. From that far, in the mix, right? Just wanted to point that out with the Super Smash Bros. Music in the background. If you didn't notice already, he's got all this purple shit on the screen. He's got portals. He's got the fucking Pierce, right? He's got the Ghost. So in tandem with all of these tools, right? Like, he can really zone you and whittle down your drive gauge. And that's one part of this character that's like really, really solid. He can put you in situations where you're going to be taking mad drive gauge, right? So you'll see, like, he's just going to be taking a shit ton of drive gauge. He can activate. You're already losing mad bar. This character has a lot of zoning tools that are really good. And keep in mind, with the ghoul, he doesn't have to just throw the ghost out, which are overheads and lows, by the way. You know, he could also feint it by holding the button down. You see that? All three of them, he could feint them. He's got all these different tools that he's zoning you with. And then he also has the grab. So not only does he have a full screen command grab on top of all the zoning tools that are all projectiles, but then he also has sword normals in the mid-range, which make him very hard to approach. He is a long-range character, right? He's supposed to be a zoner. So you may be thinking, hey, all this stuff is fine because he's supposed to zone you. Here's where the kicker comes in, right? Which, by the way, while he's feinting with all of these, he could also teabag before he actually does the pierce, because this is how JP players feint with this shit. Not only is he going to be doing all of this shit as a zoner, right? But you have to understand that if you get tagged in the mid-range while the portal is near you, what's going to happen is, let's say Ken tries to check me with a button. If he has the portal up and you whiff, you just lost 30% in the mid-range. So this is an assist. He can also carry you to the corner. You see, he can also carry you to the corner as well. He doesn't have to just zone you. He could either choose to be next to you, or he could choose to not be next to you, right? He doesn't even have to spend the EX ghoul to get all of that. He could just do something like this instead, right? That I showed before. And he gets the free set play, right? Like, because the portal's on top of you. The portal either gives you really strong assists in the mid-range, so whenever somebody whiffs a button, you punish them and you get a big confirm. Or it gives you good zoning opportunities like I showed beforehand with all of these other tools. That is the uniqueness of JP, but at the same time, it's fucked up because you're fighting a losing battle when almost, you know, half his toolkit is just all straight disjoints. You're trying to play footsies, like Street Fighter footsies, with a character that legit has no hurt boxes while he's zoning you, while he could also get offense off of his zoning. I don't think that's a Street Fighter character. I would say that's like an NRS character or a Mortal Kombat character. Let's say you don't want to play that game where you're zoning them. You could also drive rush at them. Because, you know, every character got a drive rush, right? Every character is going to be doing drive rush button. Every JP player and their mom does drive rush, crouch, and medium kick. They all do it. The reason why they do drive rush, crouch, medium kick is because it's obviously going to be plus on block. It's +1, so he could do jab after, right? Or if it hits, he gets crouch and medium punch. See that? And he gets a combo. If he wants to spend more meter and take your ass to the corner, he can do this. And now you're set up with the portal on top of you while you're knocked down. He's done 30%, 31%. You're in the corner and he gets set up because he could put the portal on top of you. So he could either be next to you with the portal or he could be full screen with the portal while he zones you. You see that? So he has the option of zoning you or putting you in set play situations, which I will show you right now. A zoner has really strong set play. See, he could do the damaging part of it. He could loop it again. See? He can legit mix you as a zoner. This character has so much set play to where it's unnatural as a zoner. Like, even if you block some of these things, he's still at advantage because the portal is on top of him. Because if he just does this, let's say you block that, I could activate the portal early. See, and I'm plus 10, so I could press something else after that. And if I don't, I could just not drive rush at you and just play the mid-range again because I could literally just do this. And if you back tech, it's even worse because if you back tech, you're giving me more space. Then I get to zone, you know, I get to activate it. I get to zone you again. You know, like it's insane. So let's say like I may not have a lead. Instead of doing all this zoning stuff, I could just teleport to you. You get what I'm saying? And in some cases, it can be fucked up because he can get he gets a cross up. You see that shit? Like he gets a cross up. Depending on where the portal is at. Same side. Same side. Right? Cross up. So you gotta worry about all of that stuff while he is zoning you and playing this mid-range and giving you a lot of this mental stack stuff. And by the way, this is all from me talking about stuff like drive rush, crouching medium kick. He gets all of these things you have to think about while he's doing that. And a lot of JP players will either just play by doing drive rush, crouching medium kick, jump, 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 or stand fierce, crouching medium punch, stand medium punch. That's literally all every JP does within the mid-range, and all they need is one hit to get started, and it's insanely wild. One other thing about his neutral, in fact, actually, I completely forgot. The fact that you literally cannot jump on this man. So I'm gonna have Ken jump. He has probably the most consistent anti-airs I've ever seen out of every character in this goddamn game. He has the most consistent anti-air and crouching heavy punch. You could do this shit super late. Well, not that late, but you can do it super late. Like that. You see that? You see that shit? Look at that. Absolutely fucking insane. He can do it super late. And he doesn't have to do that. If he has a read, he could do forward heavy kick. Right? Free mix. Right? He gets the whole set play off of it too. Now he gets to teleport in, or he gets to, you know, do whatever. And then, of course, every JP player does this. It won't work well against this type of jumping because JP against Ken, with his jump roundhouse hits very horizontal far forward. So I'd have to be near damn full screen, and nobody is going to jump like that as Ken versus JP. So let me pick another character. I was going to pick Cammy, obviously. And there's a reason why. This matchup is supposed to be in my favor. Everyone says it's in my favor because I can get in with spin knuckle, I can get in with dive kick, I can jump in on him, I can rush him down, whatever, I don't want to hear it. This is one of the reasons why I say this matchup is even. And I'm going to show you guys right now. Everybody loves to say that I love to fucking spam dive kick. Well, I can't spam dive kick versus fucking JP. Let me show you why. Generally, I'm going to do dive kick to try to stop him from doing low forward or drive rush low forward, because sometimes it freezes the fucking input. Sometimes that happens. Capcom. I want to do that and punish him for doing drive rush low forward. That's why I want to do it. Or I want to punish him because he's pressing, like, you know, stand medium punch in the neutral, and I don't want to have to engage with that. So then you know what they do? They do stand heavy punch. They do stand heavy punch. Who cares? Why think about it? Just do stand heavy punch. It always cleanly anti-airs it on trade or on hit. And the best part is he gets a knockdown. He actually gets a knockdown off of this. So he can set up the portal, hell, off the trade. He could set up the portal anyway and you're still fucked. And what's worse is that if he lands it clean as an anti-air, he's getting a full combo. Full combo. Hell, set play. You want it, you got it. Why does he have a fucking air grab? Every time I pressure this dude and I have him in the fucking corner, he always throws my dive kick every fucking time, bro. I hate this shit, dog. He throws me into the fucking corner and now I gotta fucking deal with his nonsense. So he has an air grab, he has crouching fierce, he has standing fierce as a pseudo anti-air, he can read with forward heavy kick. Like, what the fuck, bro? He got like mad anti-airs that all have super good ass confirms, and he has an air throw for some ungodly reason. Oh, need I remind you, this character also has jump medium kick as an air to air. So if he hits you with this shit and he happens to have a portal out, whole ass combo off of air to air. And keep in mind, he can also parry, but whatever. He has like so many fucking anti-airs and half of them are disjointed. Like, how the hell? And he gets full bombo from it. Why? So let's talk about his offense, right? So his offense, when he finally knocks you down and shit, I already showed you some of the setups that he gets from it. I already showed you like one setup. If he has you in the corner, bro, in the fucking mix. Plus, like, come on, dog. It's so plus the game don't even know what the frame data is on it. While he can't drive rush at you, he still gets the mix up because he doesn't need to go in. He just has to hit you with a low or he has to hit you with an overhead. Both of which, by the way, are meaty. Whole ass meaty, bro. By the way, he could, if he wants to, loop the same scenario that I talked about before. Like, it's insane to me. Not only that, he could also do a fuzzy guard break and an overhead. He could throw you. And you die.
Care to hear how this ends? In ruin.
Like he could do an overhead, he could do a low, he could do a throw off that same scenario, and he's plus regardless if you guess right or not. I want you to keep this in mind. He could just do standing roundhouse. His standing roundhouse is +2. If he drive rushes, it's +6. It's also a starter into a target combo, which he can cancel into a drive rush and then go back into this again. So what happens is if he meaties with this, he could actually frame trap you. He gets that, right? He could also drive rush. He could also drive rush from this. See that? So if he needs to kill, he could do this too. Right? But in general, he's plus. And then on top of that, you see, like, he gets to actually confirm. His standing heavy punch can be used one time in a combo on the ground and one time again to juggle you. Both his standing heavy punch and his crouching heavy punch can juggle you. So for instance, if I pop you up like this, the stand fierce can combo after. And it leaves you in a juggle point where you'll get hard knockdown. So I could literally do something like this. Right? And set play you. Or I could do something like this and set play you like that, and I'm plus. Look at that. I got 4K off of that. That's an overhead, by the way, that I'm doing. That projectile is an overhead. That projectile I'm doing is an overhead. And you probably lost the game off of that. Look at the damage. That's 6K. And then I can also hit you low. That's a low. Do you see that? And keep in mind off that air reset, he could combo you into the same bullshit with the portal. So he has an overhead, a low, the portal on top of you, and on top of that, you can't even super to get out of here. You know how like everybody has a level 1 super? So it's strike invincible, but it's not projectile invincible. No, back in the same situation. You actually died.
Care to hear how this ends?
That's funny. You thought you was smart. And before you think, hey, I'm a parry, well, he could just flat out command grab you. Like that. And punish your parry. And it doesn't matter. And do you know how much damage the EX1 does? Bro, that shit is 30%. He said I'm Zangief in this bitch. This level 2 legitimately is busted. It hits 4 times. Anytime a JP player thinks they can't fucking gap you on defense, all they gotta do is this. Teleport in, get a full combo. They literally just go ham. See that? You actually have to worry about the fact that these ghouls are on top of you. If he ever hits you, ever, in the neutral, this is what you gotta worry about. Do you see that? That's insane to me. And pray to God you're not burned out. Pray to God you're not burned out so you can't parry it, because there's a way to escape it. I do something like this. Right? You can jump back. So like if you do see him do level 2 like this, anytime you see him do the level 2, you just block the first 2 hits or parry the first 2 hits and then you jump out, right? When he has this on top of you and you're burned out, this shit might as well be an unblockable. It might as well be, because you have to worry about him hitting you low while the ghost is coming from an overhead. I think this game has auto guard, so you could be able to block both the low and the overhead at the same time, but most people just get hit by it. It's just very difficult. He has, like I said, 1 full screen super with the level 2. He has another full screen super with the fireball, and then this is a full screen super. From anywhere on screen. Anywhere. If he zones you, full screen, punish. If he sees you whiff, you're getting fucking punished. Punish counter. I think out of the 3 supers, the one that's the most degenerate is obviously the level 2. Because on top of the mix-up that he gets on offense, he has like burnout strings. Pray to God you don't fucking DI, bro. You're burned out. What the fuck is that? Bro, pray to God he don't got level 2. Brother. He got 1 free DI from that. And then 2 other DIs. Mid combo. That's 3. You're almost fucking burned out. And he did 36% on you. And he's gonna get set play. He's gonna get set play after this. It doesn't have to be off of a DI situation. It could be without DI because he could just combo into it. See? So he's always positive in drive gauge. Oh, defense. Oh, the defense. Oh, God, bro. I'm going to play a clip for you. All right. I'm going to play a clip for you guys. It's an infamous clip. There's a little game called Power Rangers. And this character, Ivan Ooze. Oh, my God. This is the most broken move in fighting games. This move right here. He literally has a DP. It's an invulnerable. That means it's fully invincible. That he could just do whenever. It has projectiles. And he can do it while he's getting hit. And he gets a combo after it. Do you understand this? The projectiles come out after the DP hits successfully. And he gets pressure, or he gets a full combo afterwards into massive damage, right? Now, I wonder how we already talked about how fucked up JP is on offense and in neutral. But what about defense? Into throw situation. Like, bro, he gets a whole setup.
In ruin.
Dude, he literally not only stopped you from throwing him, right? He gets a full side switch into fucking set play. Minimum. At minimum, when he does this, he gets a side switch. At minimum. At maximum, he's doing fucking 60%. Oh, and by the way, when he's burned out, you can't just DI him because he has regular amnesia. You know, when people try to do this, you could just literally just do amnesia. You do know that, right? You can just do amnesia. So if you think you're gonna get stunned, wow. Wow. Ain't that something? You can't even stun him. You can't even stun him. But you know, most JP players love to do this in the corner every fucking time. They just love to do this instead of block, right? They love to do jump, right? Instead of their actual tools. They still have parry that they can abuse. I swear to God, all kakeru does. Anytime he thinks you're gonna parry, right? And whenever they're in the corner and they're scared, drive rush low forward, and now I'm out, lol. Like, you have to understand that this character is absolutely fucking bonkers, bro. Absolutely bonkers. He has amnesia. He has abilities to escape the corner with the portal, but that doesn't even really matter because you're just going to be seeing amnesia way more than that. Characters have options against amnesia, but he has the options to counter those options against amnesia because guess what? No matter what you do, even if you hit him, the orbs are still there. So for example, see? So, like, characters have to do things like this. Like, Cammy can do this against JP if they try to, like, jump out or they try to escape. But then all JP got to do is this. And he does 5K. Even if I hit him, the fucking projectiles don't go away. So there's nothing that can be done to really like circumvent this move fully. There's nothing that any character can really do unless they can do a meaty projectile because it doesn't counter projectiles. So there's only a few characters in the cast that can deal with this shit, but nobody can deal with it really. Nobody, like if you don't have a projectile you can meaty on him that could actually net you like a punish on him, you're just fucked and it sucks. I don't think they were thinking about him. I don't think they were thinking about the amount of insanity he can cause to people just as a character. I think the things they got to do to nerf this character, I think, and it's funny, right? Because you may be thinking like, I want all these nerfs on every little thing. The only thing they really got to nerf on JP is Amnesia. I know it's weird, right? He has all these other, he has drive rush, he has all that extra shit. He has the disjointed normals. I just showed you all this shit, right? You know, hell, he could fucking safe jump on offense. Yup. See, all this nonsense he could do. He has set play for days. He has plus frames. He has fucking defensive options that are similar to fucking Ivan Ooze in Power Rangers. He has like disjoints, everything. So how would I nerf him? Just nerf the Amnesia. I'm serious. Just nerf the Amnesia. You know, he has all these tools, but he's supposed to lack on defense. His defense is supposed to be dog water. His defense is supposed to be dog water for all these tools, you know? And the fact that even when you get in on him, you still have to play this guessing game with him, it's wild. A lot of people love to say treat the Amnesia like it's an invincible reversal. But the difference is that when someone does an invincible reversal to you in this game, you only take about like 10-15%. You only take about 15%. They don't even get the combo after it, right? No character gets the combo after their invincible reversal in this game. Unless they do super or some shit, like Jamie or whatever, chances are the only way like they're gonna get off of you is with like the only way they're gonna be able to escape from you is with an invincible reversal that's like a DP, and the DP is only gonna do like 15% to you. Some characters, like I said, like Cammy, she gets a side switch, right? But she returns to neutral. You have to understand that. A lot of these reversals return to neutral. We go back to neutral. Even Ken goes back to neutral. Ryu goes back to neutral. Fucking Luke goes back to neutral. Blanca, unless he has like his level 2 super, he goes back to neutral, right? Like everybody goes back to neutral. JP, without any super meter, whatever, he just needs drive gauge. Does his Amnesia, and at minimum he gets a side switch, and at best you're dead. And I think that's absolutely insane. I think saying that it's like an invincible reversal really downplays on the fact that the reward for doing your said reversal is better than every other character in the game. It's literally just fucked up. Keep in mind that he also has the other tool of parry, which is what top players like Kakeru use on their defense as well. It's just absolutely wild to me that a character with all the tools that I just showed you has such a powerful defensive option. Something that no other character has. Again, everyone told me, hey, just treat it like a reversal. Because yes, you can punish him if he does it. However, the issue is having to give up your offense in order to be able to predict that he's going to do that. So you could get the punish on him. Because by giving up your offense, he gets to now get out the corner where you just earned like all, you just won neutral. Okay? You literally just won neutral. You won like the obstacle course of what this man does to you. You won the obstacle course of getting from like full screen to a mid range where his buttons are really fucked up. And now you're up close next to him and he still has this fucking like, I'm gonna just get out of jail. It's just too high of a reward that you get for doing this reversal, and it outweighs the risk half the time. So a lot of people just end up just doing a lot of Amnesia, or they play with the threat of Amnesia and they get to get out. Whereas, like I said, other characters, they don't get that luxury. They may get out the corner like Cammy, but she's only doing 15% and playing neutral. So I just think they got to nerf Amnesia. I think that is literally the only thing I would touch about this character, funnily enough. I wouldn't even touch anything else. He could keep all the other bullshit. I'm dead ass. I think he could keep all the other bullshit for how fucked up it is if they remove Amnesia. Because if they don't remove Amnesia if they don't remove EX Amnesia or do something about it, right? If they don't do something about it, like maybe make the projectiles go away on hit, right? Like if he gets hit after he does Amnesia, let the projectiles fade away on hit. Because if not, and this character still has this by a year-end patch, I swear to fucking God, I better see nerfs on all his normals. I better see nerfs on all his damage. I better see nerfs to the setup, the set play, all that shit. If he's gonna have to keep this. That's literally, that is literally what's gonna happen. If you legit allow him to keep this, then you're gonna have to nerf mad shit. You're gonna have to nerf a lot about this character that in some cases is fun, right? Because I do think that JP is a unique character, but I don't think that he should be so volatile. And I think it's just better if you get rid of the one thing that makes it so toxic. Because when you work really hard and you finally have to worry about Amnesia, even after all the counterplay that I showed you against it, it's a problem. So I don't know. If you guys have any other tips or advice, or if you just think I'm crying, you could say that in the comments. I don't give a crap. But if you do have like some other suggestions, let me know. But that is gonna be the end of this video. I'm gonna talk about way more characters than just JP, I promise you, because there's a whole list of other characters here, and I'm not even done yet. There are a couple characters here that need to absolutely get talked about. I'm coming for this motherfucker next. This motherfucker's gonna get talked about next at some point. Anyway, I'll see y'all in the next video. Y'all be easy. Peace out.